Hey Soul Surfers, welcome to day 25 of the 30 Days to Self-Love series. If you haven't joined our community yet, do that by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when new content is posted. And if you are enjoying this series, give it a thumbs up. Well, I don't think you can do the whole series, but give the videos that you really like a thumbs up and share them with your friends so that they can get in on this self-love as well. Today's self-love strategy is to set healthy boundaries. And healthy is the operative word here because there's a way to set unhealthy boundaries. An unhealthy boundary would be cutting somebody off at the first sign of issue instead of taking the steps and communicating your needs and wants to them. And we're going to talk in this video the steps you can take to set those healthy boundaries. But I just wanted to give that example of an unhealthy boundary. And I really like this saying that says boundaries, not barricades, because putting up a barricade just shuts us off more from the people that we really actually want to try and connect with. So why are healthy boundaries important? Well, healthy boundaries in general are going to show the level of respect that we give ourselves and the things that we will tolerate. And the amount of respect that we show ourselves is going to show others the amount of respect that we feel we deserve. And we're going to be met with the respect that we put out for ourselves from others. And that isn't always true, but when we have these healthy boundaries, we can easily discern which people belong in our lives and can respect the boundaries that we've set and align with our level of self-respect. And we can see who we want to keep in our lives. And this is the great thing. It's who we choose to keep in our lives and who we choose to maybe go separate ways with. All right, so the 3 simplified steps that I have for setting healthy boundaries are as follows. Step 1 is to state your needs and wants. So this is very important because we need to communicate what our needs and wants are from the other person that we are interacting with. And we can't read each other's minds. So if we don't clearly state what our needs and wants are, we cannot expect others to know the boundaries related to that. So by stating what our needs and wants are, we clearly communicate what we expect to see in this interaction. Now, if you stated your boundaries to this other person and they are not respecting your needs and wants and they are crossing the boundaries and they are not meeting those needs and wants, then the next step would be to give an action step that you will do if this person continues not to meet your needs or wants and continues to cross these boundaries that you've set. So an example of a boundary you could set is if you're interacting with somebody who raises their voice at you frequently, you can tell the person when you're having a discussion, if you raise your voice in this conversation, I'm going to leave the house and take a walk. And that's an action, a direct action, objective action that you can take. Now, knowing this action you're going to take sets a clear distinction for the other person of what to expect if they choose to raise their voice at you. Now, let's say you're in the conversation and they do raise their voice. Step 3 in this process then is to follow through on your action. So if you are in this conversation and the person raises their voice, then you would say, I'm leaving this house to take a walk. I will be back in, you can say 5 minutes, or you don't even have to give a time, and do it. Leave the house, take a walk, and then that shows the person that you mean what you say and that you will follow through and that you respect yourself enough to follow through on your own boundary. And this really shows them that they should meet you with that same level of respect. And if they continue to choose not to respect the boundary that you set, that there are consequences to their choice. Now, setting boundaries can be a challenge if we've never done it before in life. So my suggestion is to take it slow. Do one thing at a time. You don't have to do all 3 steps at once, although it is better to do that. But really take the small steps. Start by stating your needs and wants to people and celebrate that for yourself because that's a huge step, even if it feels small. And then moving on to the next thing. And if you try to set a boundary and you aren't able to follow through on it, don't beat yourself up. Don't judge yourself. Just keep trying. It will get easier and easier as you keep going and persist. Another reason that it can be challenging to set boundaries is because oftentimes the people that we need to set boundaries with the most are people that we feel the need to help or we feel obligated to support and take care of. But the truth of the matter is that if we don't set these boundaries and take care of ourselves, there's no way that we can help anybody else. So setting these healthy boundaries is really going to help yourself, and then it's going to help others as well. All right, soul surfers, let me know down below. What is your experience with setting boundaries? Have you ever set a boundary before? Do you try to set them and then find it challenging to follow through? Let me know your experience with the boundaries in the comments below. I look forward to seeing what you have to say about it. It's such a fascinating topic, especially when we look back and see the lack of boundaries that maybe we set, or that we've been setting too rigid of boundaries too quickly and shutting people out. I can't wait to see what you have to say, and I will see you in the next video.